Hey, noble ones, welcome back to my channel. This is the Metatron speaking. We're back. We're talking about Hasan Piker again. Get strapped in. So here's the big news. Hasan reveals he won't attend TwitchCon over safety concerns as more streamers back out. Ooh, let's keep reading. Twitch streamer Hasan is the latest content creator saying he won't attend TwitchCon, stating that his presence could put others at risk. Oh, now that's how he's twisting it. Come on, man, just speak. You know, oh my gosh, now he's a saint who thinks about others. Just say it. You're afraid for your own life because you don't want to get shot like Charlie did. I know that the reason why he's doing this is PR. Oh, I'm doing this because I'm a target. You don't even know if you are, but I'm a target and I don't want to put other people in danger. Look at me, I'm a saint. No, you're not a saint. We know that. We know what you've said. We'll review that again as a reminder for context, of course. But now, as you can see, this is his way to say, no, it's because... Just say it. Just say you're afraid of getting shot. Personally, I know some people will call you names for it. I won't. I'll call you names for other things you've said in the past. But for this one, I do understand in the current climate, a streamer, particularly a political commentator, not feeling safe to go to a public event. Personally, I wouldn't go. So I'm not going to shame someone for that. But I am going to shame him for all the rest. And in general, once again, a dishonest take. But let's continue. Goodness gracious, the amount of ads. TwitchCon is set for October 17th to 19th in San Diego, California. The annual event gives streamers and viewers a chance to interact in person. But this year, fans will be without some of the biggest stars. Yeah, the fallen star. Notably, Valkyrie and QT Cinderella said they were afraid to attend the event and will be staying home due to safety issues. You see? So I don't know who these two are. I haven't got a clue, I'll be honest with you. I'll be straight. But at least they're being honest. They're not saying, oh, I'm not doing it because I don't want to put other lives at risk. Yeah, and then you do your calls to actions to incitement for violence. We'll review in a second. It's a travesty. At least these two are being honest, and I appreciate that. They are afraid because people are getting shot. QT in particular cited a situation where a creator was stabbed to death in Japan. That's insane. Now I wonder if this has to do with politics or if it was just a creator who got it. Because sometimes people obsess over creators, by the way, which is why if you are a content creator, and particularly if you've got people depending on you, don't go. Camera, recording, like this. That's it. That's what I'm saying. Don't do meet and greets because you've got to be smart about it. It's not a matter of being, oh, you're a coward. No, you're a coward if you don't speak up in moments that require you to speak up. I will call people cowards for that. But when it comes to a situation like that, you're not being a coward. You're being smarter because you always have to outsmart your enemies. You always have to be one step ahead. And personally, as a content creator, I would not recommend creators to do face-to-face meet and greets in this current political moment. While Twitch CEO Dan Clancy dismissed the concerns, stating that they take security extremely seriously and prevent users who are banned on the platform from attending, it has done little to change opinions. If the President of the United States was almost assassinated, regardless of CIA and all the rest, and snipers and SWAT teams and the entire government, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't think I would personally feel, oh, okay, now I feel safe because Twitch is, yeah. Anyways, on September 29th, political streamer Hasan revealed he too would be ditching TwitchCon 2025, similarly referencing the assassination of Charlie Kirk as the catalyst for his decision. Right, so let's talk about that, shall we? A little reminder for those who are not aware of the law.
I'm sick and tired of it. Left-wingers, liberals, you need to be fucking showing your opponents on there, okay? You need to be them. You need to be shanking these motherfuckers and letting their intestines just ride on stage. What the is this shit, man? Slice them up. Slice fucking. What the is this? You cannot have a big fucking layup.
We'll watch another one as well because I do need to do this a reminder before we continue for a complete contextualization of the critique that I'm bringing up against him. The first time I wanted you to focus on his words. Today we have to really focus on his chat because they all call him based for this. They all say, yeah, slice him up. That's what they say. So the basis of my critique today is the fact that he is one of the reasons why such a climate of if you disagree with your opponents politically, the solution is to shoot them is... He's one of the reasons. And now he plays the victim?
Is that the property owners who have properties there choose just not to rent it at all?
Yeah, those motherfuckers in the street. Let the streets
Let the streets soak in their fucking red capitalist dude.
Okay, so now that I have the little reminder for full contextual analysis, do you see why this man is a complete hypocrite now? Well, I'm not saying that he is the reason Charlie Kirk was assassinated, because I can't prove that in front of a court of law. But I will say that people like him, say for instance Destiny, are some of the reasons why this climate of violence and violent action against people who think differently than you exists. Now, the reality is that someone like Hasan would be okay with this happening to his opponents, as we just saw, but he's not okay with that happening to him. Now, I personally don't think he's in any danger. I've seen Charlie Kirk being shot. I haven't seen a left-wing political commentator being shot. So personally, I think the threat comes mostly from the radical left right now. But there are some people on the right that are not too. And I've seen one just the other day. I'll make a dedicated video. Was this guy who wanted to go and shoot up a pride event, shooting on random people, and he is a right-winger. So these people do exist. It's just that these things haven't manifested in the same way, which is why I consider the radical leftists to be the ones that are the threat right now. Yes, you shouldn't go to one of these events. If you're a left-winger like him, like an extreme leftist, like Hasan Piker, sort of champagne socialist if you ask me, but whatever. If you are him, I think he has less of a threat to worry about. But to be honest, the threat appears to exist as well. The streamer explained that he believes his appearance could put the whole event in danger. Yeah, I don't believe it for a second, and that's the reason. I don't believe it for a second. Now, what's insane about this is that there was an interaction between Tectone, who is based, by the way, and Hasan Piker. Check this out.
Bro went to the LA riots, but TwitchCon is too much for him. Yeah, exactly. It goes to show that obviously for me, it's not a matter of my own fucking safety. It's a matter of the safety of others.
Nonsense. The two things are completely unrelated. The LA riots, which were done by your side, by the way, happened before the assassination of Charlie Kirk. There's no correlation between you deciding not to go to TwitchCon and the fact that you attended the riots in LA.
What do you mean you created this beast?
What? This lack of self-awareness. Unbelievable.
It's ironic because this is quite literally part of the reason why I think like some dumb fuck who's a Tectone fan is going to take matters in their own hands because they're like, oh, I know Hasan is going to TwitchCon. I'm going to fucking make a name for myself. And then accidentally end up shooting a bunch of other fucking people that are attending TwitchCon. That's the reason why I'm not going.
Liar. What's insane is that, so he's blaming Tectone. He say Tectone is the reason because he said something about it, because Tectone, of course, has critiques against you. Yet you are the one, Hasan, who said blood of your and guts of your enemies. That's what you said. Tectone responds, Hasan, I made an entire video to express how much I'm against anyone enacting violence on behalf of me just as a precautionary due to the political climate. I even name-dropped you specifically. What an own. Man, he owned him. Because even though you slander, lie, badmouth and defame me fucking constantly, I still don't wish any harm against you, nor do I wish anyone to do that to you or anyone like you. You can't even go live and say terrorism is bad. Pathetic ass motherfucker. Tectone is absolutely right. So do you see? So as I was saying, we have a lack of self-awareness on top of lies, because you've got both, on top of propaganda, because here's the thing. When propaganda is enacted, when you have a propaganda brain, like in the case of Hasan Piker, you think every action you take is justified, whether it be class struggle, whether it be, or the other side is evil. There's a multitude of possible justification patterns, and it doesn't even matter which one he's using. Whatever he does is justified. So when he calls for the blood of people he disagree with to be on the street, oh, it's justified because blah, 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 whatever reason. But then when his opponents do something that is 100 times less problematic than what he did, oh, it's their fault. You see, so Tectone is specifically saying, I'm against violence, guys, don't do anything to him. He said the opposite. He said, no, I wanted my opponent's blood on the street and their guts and this and that. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. Based Tectone. There is unfortunately an obvious setback there. One, all the political incidents that have taken place, and two, how those political incidents have had pretty significant consequences in how much I can go out in the real world and socialize with other people, close quotes, he said. Right. And had you not said what we just saw you did say, I would say, you know what, I agree with him on this one. I disagree with like 90% of his politics, but I agree with him on this one. That's what I would have said. But knowing the context, having heard the words directly from your mouth, similarly to what we heard from Destiny. In fact, who do you think is worse, Destiny or Hasan? Let me know in the comments. Because I did hear that, and you didn't call it back. You didn't say, guys, I don't know what I was drunk when I said that. Still not a justification. But at least you could say, guys, I don't want you to attack anything. I don't want the red capitalist blood on the street. Like, if he took it back, at least we could have a beginning of a tether to begin communication again. There's no communication here because he didn't do anything about that. Anything. He only thinks about himself. That's the reality. That's the reality. When he saw Charlie Kirk get shot, he got scared for himself. And I'll be honest, when I saw Charlie Kirk getting shot, I was shocked. And then when I saw the clip of his little girl running to hug him, that's when I snapped. And then my crusade began. But the shooting of Charlie Kirk, yeah, I think we all felt it. Of course, me and Charlie didn't always have the same beliefs. I agreed with a few, disagreed with others, but that's beyond the point. To the same radical leftist that wrote, "Catch this fascist," I'm as much of a far-right guy as any person who is in far left, radical left. And that's the problem. That's the truth. On September 10th, right-wing YouTuber and political activist Charlie Kirk was assassinated while speaking at Utah Valley University. Yes, we are aware. According to Hasan, that means he won't be going to TwitchCon, but claims it's not because he's afraid of his own safety. What a clown. You know, this is the thing with Hasan Piker. He just can't help but lie. This is a lie. Because I would be afraid of my own safety. And I can say it. Why? It's obvious that he's afraid for his own safety. Obviously you are. And we would much rather you just said it for what it is. Now, the problem with someone like him is that he will say what he thinks is the most advantageous thing to say. And whether it be true or not has no bearing on his choice of words and information presented. Open quotes, let's listen to the lie. I'm literally not going to TwitchCon because I'm afraid of the safety of others. I also want to ask about this placement of literally here. What's the opposite? I'm metaphorically not going to TwitchCon. I don't get the usage of literally here, but whatever. I don't want to put them in the effing crosshairs if some psycho freak decides I'm going to go there. I'm very publicly not going to TwitchCon for that reason. Hasan has had a controversial history on Twitch. Well, yeah, I mean, that's the understatement of the millennium. In 2024, he showed a video about the Houthi movement to fellow Twitch streamer MMP, which sparked considerable backlash from viewers. Yeah, of course. I mean, yeah, the group has been designated as a terrorist organization by the US State Department. The Hasan Piker law is extremely deep. What I just showed you is the most relevant information to what happened to Charlie Kirk and to the current climate that we are all inhabiting. But yeah, if we really wanted to dig, there is a lot more that we can say. So yeah, controversial, understatement. The site's CEO, Dan Clancy, his buddy, I would like to add, also faces calls by Democratic Representative Rich Torres to stop popularizing those who popularize anti-Semitism. Yeah, how about goodness gracious, how about stop popularizing people who call for violence, incitement to violence, and direct threats? How about we do that, which is the actual part that is illegal under the law? How about that? And against the terms of service, but it's not like they apply terms of service equally. Yeah, good luck with that. Meanwhile, fellow Twitch streamer Asmongold, ooh, he has been mentioned, guys. #1 world streamer. Am I right? #2 Piker. So let's see what they say about #1 Twitch streamer. Has urged women not to attend TwitchCon and took aim at the platform's claims that it takes security seriously. I'll have to watch what Asmongold said. Open quotes, Asmongold based as always. Last year, NMPLOL and Wake actually assaulted by a streamer, that's why. And Twitch didn't press charges or pursue any form of legal action against him. Close quotes, he blasted. Open quotes, if I was a woman, I would never go to TwitchCon, close quotes. I'm worried about the safety of others. So as you see, this is being blasted now everywhere. He's the saint. He's a saint now. He's a savior. Well, what about if some of those people that you are protecting, Hasan Piker, what if some of those have red capitalist blood in their veins? What then? Well, you'll let us know, I suppose. All right, number ones. Thank you for watching. Keep an eye out. If you appreciate my content so far and wish to help ensure my ability to continue to tell it how it is, regardless of any possible backlash, please support this channel on Patreon. Any support helps me and my team of academics keep the channel strong and gives us the means to fight back against the political rewriting of history. Stand with us, form the wall, defend the truth.